I'm an optimist.
Baby, show me.
It's video.
I knew it!
Video.
Okay, go ahead, sweetie.
Do you think, Casey?
That's serious. That's canopus. That's Octurus. Radiocantarus. Vega. Procyon. Capella. Beetlejuice.
Why do you love the store so much, Casey? Why do you love the store so much, Casey? Why do you love the store so much, Casey?
Because I want to go there.
You're so far away.
It'll take a long time. Real long time. What if you get all the way up there and there's nothing?
What if there's everything?
Oh, boy.
What?
You're gonna go through your entire childhood.
You started when you were a kid. I'm just giving them
Leave it
context.
alone, okay? They don't have all day.
Enter the stars, the 88 constellations. We're going to take a look at Tomorrowland, and I'll tell you why. This film stars George Clooney, but the main character in this film, her name is Casey Newton. That is her character, played by Britt Robertson. This is Britt Robertson. She was born on April 18th, 1990, which is the 108th day of the year. The anti-date of that date is my daughter's birthday, September 14th, which has 108 days left until the end of the year. This date of September 14th for 2015, this year, falls on Tishri 1, the Hebrew New Year. The date that Jesus was born on 9/11, and I believe 6 BC. He was born on the Hebrew New Year in 6 BC. That date fell on September 11th. This year it falls on September 14th. So you can imagine that this film will be full of symbolism. Now I want to clarify, this isn't to elevate me. This is simply an acknowledgement of the synchronicities within these films, and that somehow all of this fits together. Now, this film is about time travel. It had 2 release dates, May 8th and May 22nd. These dates are significant as well. May 8th being the 128th day of the year with 237 left. This encodes the life of the World Trade Center. 28 total years, opened in 1973. May 22nd, the other release date, has 322 days left until the end of the year. That's 322 backwards, skull and bones. Let's take a closer look at this film. Now, there's been some fear about the date of 9/23, September 23rd. And this film opens with a time of 9/23, as you can see here. As the clock counts down from that time down to 9/22. Now, the 63 in this film is the year, because 1964 is when the film opens, according to Wikipedia. It is a flashback to 1964, Frank Walker. Now, some people are also looking at the date of 9/24. I've heard 9/23 and 9/24. When you convert 9/24 from the Gregorian to the Julian, it falls on 9/11. We already discussed that September 14th is the Hebrew New Year, this year in 2015. And now we have this aspect of the prophecy date that many, again, have cited as 9/23 or 9/24, being the date of some cataclysmic event. Now, I want to preface this by saying that when it comes to these kinds of prophecies, I'm not a prophet. I am more a Bible scholar, someone who looks at the past and exposes the work of the enemy. Okay, and through that process, it builds your faith. You understand the difference between black and white. You understand the difference between God and Satan, good and evil. You can clearly see it, and it helps you to move forward in your life, making wiser choices. That's my purpose here. I'm not a prophet. So I'm not saying that nothing's going to happen on this date. But what I'm saying is there are some strange synchronicities on this date, and there's no need for fear. God has our spirit. Whatever happens to us, that means our journey is over. We go to a better place. If you truly believe that in your heart, then there is no need for fear. There's no need to worry about wars and death and all those things. It's a matter of faith. Now, this is crazy. Every few seconds, they keep pausing the clock and interjecting commentary, and they pause the clock at 9:22:44. We've done a lot of work on the number 44, Barack Obama being the 44th president, February 13th being the 44th day of the year, the beginning of Lupercalia, and of course 44 being half of 88. And so they've paused the clock here. Now, we're not going to show much of this actual movie, because if we do, it's going to get blocked and no one's going to be able to watch it. So mostly we're going to be limited to screenshots here in my commentary, and you'll have to watch the film for yourself to verify what I'm saying. Now, to the average layperson, an image like this probably wouldn't mean much, because to them Saturn is just another planet. But with all the research that we've done on the planet Saturn, as well as many other channels, we understand that there is a hexagonal feature on the north pole of Saturn, and that there is an optical or eye-like feature on the south pole of Saturn. And we understand also that Saturn most likely means Satan, the entity that actually controls our reality here through the fall of man, through sin. We are locked in the cube, a cube being a three-dimensional hexagonal image. Now, T alphanumerically is 20, and 20 is 2020th year since Jesus Christ was born a man on this earth. Falls on September 14th of this year. Coincidentally, my daughter will be 20 years old. Here, Frank enters the Nazi cube time machine, and you see the 88 as the doors illuminate, hidden in plain sight. How do I know it's the Nazi time cube machine? Because just after his little badge with the T on it, which gets him admission into the small world ride, which takes him to the time machine, it's illuminated by this Eiffel Tower looking device. It shoots a red laser onto his badge, which converts him to a secret trap door where he finds the time machine. But just before that happens, here we see the 88 on the chairs. 88. Here's the shot of it illuminating the laser onto his badge. And then we see the Secret Service cube. Secret Service being the secret Nazi arm of the military. Now, you'll see it twice. SS, SS, again. And remember, when he left the door on the exit, which is the scene we showed prior to this, we saw the 88 on the door as well. The 88 door is open, and we see the SS right next to it here in this space here. Let's see if we can... There. And just after he exits this time machine, these two large spaceships basically plot out these two helical DNA type strands, which is again an 88. Now, Police State Radio has done some recent work on the Hoover Dam, and in that video, he references some of my videos, but he also talks about how the Nazis were related to the World Trade Center story and the 88. And it's curious, just after this boy exits the time machine, he falls from a platform, and he's got his jetpack with him, and he falls through this layer where he can see clearly the horizon. And in the horizon, we see the Twin Towers reference. And we just saw the other Nazi references related to this event as well.
I have to assume they believed even the teeniest of actions could change the future. How can you be sure? Because I know how things work.
Why are they taking the platform down?
It's hard to have ideas and easy to give up.
But you won't. Right?
Never. There are two wolves. You've told me this story my entire life, and now I'm telling you. There are two wolves, and they're always fighting. One is darkness and despair. The other is light and hope. Which wolf wins? Okay, fine, don't answer.
Whichever one you feed.
Good. Eat. Come on.
Intensifying weather patterns, they're all punching our one-way ticket to dystopia. By definition, not perfect. Huxley's Brave New World, Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451, Orwell's 1984. Once considered fiction, these futuristic novels are actually happening right now, and they seem to be getting worse. Yes, Miss Newton.
Can we fix it?
Sorry?
I get things are bad, but what are we doing to fix it?
Have a good weekend, everybody.
So again, this is Casey Newton from the film, and she keeps sneaking into NASA. And we've done a lot of work on NASA and looked at the word NASA and seen that there's actually a T that's formed in between the S and the A. And so it can say the word NASTA with a T, which when you scramble that word, it spells Satan. So she sneaks into NASA many times to try to sabotage some kind of a platform. And so we see some pretty amazing synchronicities comparing this character to myself, which I know sounds unbelievable, but as I've just demonstrated to you, and for those of you that have been on this channel for the last couple of years, you'll know that this is true. Now, her last name is Newton, and there's another crazy synchronicity. We've been doing a lot of research on Newton Minow, the person who gave Barack Obama his identity, introduced him to Michelle Obama, his wife, and gave him one of his first jobs as an intern in his law firm. So I believe all this is connected. So in Newton's second attempt to infiltrate NASA, she gets in trouble. She gets caught. She goes to jail. And when she puts her hands up, she flashes the 666. Now all of these are subliminals meant to discredit me.
Clip.
$47.32. $47.32. $47.32. One Florida State driver's license, one baseball cap, got one pen, one pack of Beeman's Compton. I don't know what this was. Right here.
It's not mine.
What's not yours?
The pen. I've never...